My name is Meredith Dees, and I'm an editorial assistant at House of Anansi Press. I'm pleased to have Clare Conville, the author of the book for Dangerous Women, A Guide to Modern Life, with me today. Welcome, Clare. What inspired you to write the book for Dangerous Women?
Well, I think it was meeting with my fellow writers, Liz Hoggard and Sarah Jane Lovett, on a regular basis, and talking about the stuff, what we called the stuff. And the stuff is really the challenges and hopes and expectations of living a life as a modern woman in the 21st century.
Why did you do it now?
I think the book's experiential, so I think between us we've got a lot of experience to share. My children have grown up now, and I work as a literary agent by day, but I had time on my hands, and I'd always wanted to write, and this felt like a fun thing to do.
Working around so many authors, have you always felt like you had a book in you?
Yes, I've always wanted to write, and I did start a novel a couple of years ago, which I had to abandon after 20,000 words because it was so really bad, actually. So I abandoned that, although I might go back to it one day. But this has been a much gentler way in many respects. But yes, I do want to go on writing. I really love it, and it's become a very important part of my life, actually. And I'm not doing enough at the moment, and I miss it.
You collaborated with 2 other authors on this project. How did this process work? Did you ever butt heads?
It was generally very convivial, and we met a lot, discussed a lot, chose our subjects, and often when I was stuck, stuck on an edge thinking, what can I write? I'd share it with one of the others, and they'd come up with a brilliant idea from which I could work. So generally it was a very good process. I mean, there were 3 subjects that we got stuck on. One was fur, one was dating sites, and the third was cosmetic surgery. But we finally did come to an agreement on those 2. But actually on the dating we had to put 2 entries in the book because we had such opposing views.
Were you concerned about the reactions to controversial entries? Like, do you know the top 12 rules to have an affair?
I think we do say in that entry that we advise you not to do it, not to have an affair, to be fair to us. But if you are, these are the rules. Well, I think the book's realistic about people's lives. You know, we're not all of us perfect, and alongside all the fun and lovely things that happen in life, that sometimes one finds oneself in very difficult, emotionally difficult situations. Of course, you know, it's best to be sort of totally responsible and totally moral, but it's not always easy.
Were any of you speaking from personal experience?
A lot of it is from personal experience. A lot of it is, yeah.
Do you think you could have written this book 20 years ago?
I think it could have been written. I think it would have been a different book.
What changed?
I think then I was very much caught up with having small children, and I think it would have been a much more sort of, you know, child, family, baby orientated book. I mean, I could have written it as a guide to modern life. It would have been about what it's like to probably be a young mother, actually. Whereas now, all of us are in a slightly different place.
Do you think society would have reacted differently to the book 20 years ago?
It's a very good question, and I don't know the answer. I mean, I think what's interesting is that now there's a young, you know, I felt very much as a young mother in the sort of early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, in the sort of vanguard of the first generation of feminists, kind of all the daughters of feminists, sort of living the dream, as it were, and working and having children, so on and so forth. I think there's another generation coming through now where that's life. They grew up with mothers who worked. Their partners grew up with fathers who were helping out in the house. So it's just one step further on. So I don't know what the reaction would have been. Probably Probably, yes, I'm not sure anyone would have been sort of dismissive or moralistic about it, but probably that the idea of it would have been less delineated. Or, I mean, it seems to me that, you know, everyone has the potential to be a dangerous woman, but I think that has become increasingly true.
How has the book been received in the UK so far?
We've had fantastic coverage. We've had, you know, wonderful responses to it. People have written to us and, you know, told us how much they loved it and how much they feel it reflects their lives. And we do a lot of events and with a very wide-ranging audiences. So that's a real test, I think. And it's a book to give to your friends. It's a book to give to your mum, to your sister, to your daughter, to your cousin, to your BF, whoever. And so it's a book that's hand-sold in a way.
Have you had any interesting feedback or great anecdotes?
I think people have said, God, I know how that feels. They haven't said, oh, that happened to me, but they go, how did you know, this is how it is, this is how I feel, it's such an accurate reflection of where I feel I am in my life at this moment. So I feel we've got something right in that respect, you know, and that's what it's about. It is about a universal experience of being a woman in the 21st century. But done with, I hope, with a lightness of touch, you know.
Thanks so much again for coming in, Clare. It's been great speaking with you.
That's a pleasure.